General Motors has just revealed its electric car sales. In the third quarter of this year, General Motors delivered 20,000 electric cars, meaning around 3% of all cars they delivered were fully electric. Does anyone really still believe Mary Barra's claims that GM will beat Tesla in 2025 or 2026, or that General Motors will deliver 1 million EVs in 2025? That's what? Less than a year and a half away, and they're going to go from producing 6,500 EVs per month to all of a sudden producing 1 million per year. Yeah, I'm not buying that story. In fact, that's pure Disney fantasy. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. Welcome to all the new subscribers. You're watching The Electric Viking. General Motors have made some big promises, and I, for one, I'm actually a big fan of their electric cars. I don't think they're amazing. I think they're pretty good, though. There's certainly worse cars out there. I love the new Silverado. New Silverado deliveries have just begun. Apparently, there's been a few of them, about 20 or something, delivered to employees. But it's good to see them actually being delivered. That's nice. Unfortunately, the numbers are just abysmal. They're not coming anywhere near matching General Motors' claims. I mean, Mary Barra is clearly getting paid a lot of money. She says it's for her amazing performance. She says she's the highest paid automotive CEO in terms of salary. I'm talking about not stock incentives, but salary, $34 million US dollars. That's a lot of money. She says it's because she performs so well. Now, I personally think if 3% of your product, 3% is the future of the automotive industry and 97% is the dinosaur product, then your performance is just straight shit. There's no other way of putting that. It's just abysmal. In my opinion, based on Mary Barra's performance, she shouldn't be getting paid any more than just any general automotive line worker, unless they're actually doing something. I'm not convinced that she's actually doing anything right now other than raving and ranting against the UAW. Regardless of what people think on this, I know there's a lot of General Motors fans out there that are going to hate what I'm saying here, but let's just be realistic here. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the deliveries. Let's look at what's actually happened and decide whether or not what I'm saying is real or whether or not what I'm saying is just the rantings and ravings of a crazy Tesla fan. General Motors reported 674,000 deliveries during the third quarter of 2023. Total volume so far this year was 1,970,000. All electric vehicle sales are growing, but only by a very small amount. In Q3, General Motors delivered 20,092 EVs. That is 33% more than a year ago when their factories were about to be shut down, but less than in their first quarter of this year when they delivered 20,670. So if we go on those numbers, General Motors delivered less cars, not by much, but 600 less than they did in the first quarter of this year. And clearly that proves the point I'm making here. General Motors are not ramping up EV production very clearly. General Motors say they have ample demand. They said they have a lot of demand for their EVs, and yet their sales are no different than they were 6 months ago. In fact, slightly lower. So this is about production. General Motors are not delivering on production. They need someone else. They need a new CEO who can actually get them to start making cars, someone to drive them, someone to say, guys, let's get things done. They're not getting things done. This is what happens when disruption happens. Why do you think I make so many videos? Disruption happens to those who don't put in the work, don't put in the effort. Anyway, the all-electric vehicle sales are growing. EV segment is growing significantly. General Motors volume, though, is not. And this is, in fact, what many experts are saying, a very big problem for General Motors. In Q3, the company delivered 20,000 EVs, but that's only 3% of General Motors' total vehicle deliveries. 3%. 1 year ago, it was at 2.6%. So sure, they've improved by 0.4%. But if they keep on improving at this rate, it'll take them about 100 years to get to fully electric deliveries. But by then, they'll be well and truly extinct. Now that's the problem. It's sounding a lot like Nokia to me. The result consists of 4 brands. They've got BrightDrop, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC. However, Chevrolet is responsible for more than 75% of the company's EV deliveries. Chevrolet sales were 15,872. Basically, The Bolt and the Bolt EUV, if General Motors had have gone ahead with their plans and cancelled it, the company would sell almost no EVs. Only 4,200. Over 3 months, only 4,200 were non-Chevrolet Bolt and Bolt EUV vehicles. So everyone says Tesla only this many models, but GM basically, nearly 80% of their EV deliveries are basically a single model. And the Bolt and the Bolt EUV are very, very similar cars. In Q3 though, for the first time, we did see a small number of Blazer EVs delivered. There was 19 Chevrolet Silverado EVs, 18 were delivered. So we have a total Blazer and Silverados delivered of 37. What about the Cadillac Lyriq? The Cadillac Lyric's been around for a long time now. General Motors said they had, I believe it was nearly 100,000 pre-orders they claimed. Well, they delivered 3,000 in total, so 1,000 per month. Pretty low number considering this vehicle's been around for more than a year. What about the GMC Hummer EV and the GMC Hummer SUV? Well, volume was a new record of 1,167 vehicles. That's growth of a staggering 184%. But it's still only about, less than 400 vehicles per month, or about 95 vehicles per week. Overall, General Motors delivered 4,257 Ultium-based EVs in Q3 compared to 447 a year ago. So, that's a 10 times bigger number. 10 times sounds good. That's probably what the media will tell you. 10 times bigger. Whoa, 1,000% growth. Amazing. Truth is, the numbers are so small, it's not even relevant. I don't think it is anyway. BrightDrop, 35 deliveries. Cadillac Lyriq, 3,018. Chevrolet, 15,872, consisting of the Blazer EV with 19, the Bolt with 15,800, and the Silverado EV with 18. Hummer, GMC, 1,167, for a total of 20,000 deliveries. So far this year, General Motors have delivered a total of 56,414 electric cars. And like I said, I don't really believe they're fully taking EV seriously. This actually comes down to one thing here. It's what Mary Barra told us. Why is General Motors not making more EVs? Now, surely they can. They're a massive company, massive manufacturing company. They're barely making any more EVs than Mercedes and BMW make in America. The numbers are actually not that different. Why is it? This is why. Mary Barra said, we can't make a profit on an EVs priced between $30,000 to $40,000. There's not enough demand for their $120,000 Chevrolet Hummers. Yeah, the Silverado, there'll probably be plenty of demand for the Silverado, but they're not making that en masse yet. Once they've ramped production, I think we're going to see a fair few of those being sold. But the key problem here for General Motors is profitability. They lose too much money on every EV they sell. There's only one company here being honest about their actual profit and loss on EVs, that's Ford. GM is most certainly not. And this is what it all comes down to. They make a loss on the EVs they sell. And this is the biggest problem General Motors are facing. How exactly can they solve this problem? Use lithium iron phosphate batteries? That would bring down the cost? Are they planning on doing that? No. Use gigacasting or megacasting or structural battery packs. Are they planning on doing any of that? No. So, to the engineers out there, to those of you who have really looked at the numbers here, tell me what GM's path is to profitability. I don't really think they have a clue. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you for watching.